Namaskar. Welcome to the example number 3 for the event Marriage Prospects. In this example, we are going to discuss a female chart about her destiny and marriage and also timing of event. In this, the key points what we are going to discuss, the role of the key planets as usual, key planets of the Dasa Lord, its role in the Bugdi Lord, and also importantly, the comparative study among the planets which are having the similar significators. The rulers can be the same, but in a different order, or we will be feeling that one planet is comparatively better than the other planet if you look at the significations, or 2-3 planets are having similar significations, but why one planet is comparatively better than the other planet in giving the result, that comparative study also we are going to discuss in the chart. Example number 3, timing of marriage. Role of key planets is the key point. Apart from that, we'll be having some other important points can be found in this example. What are the role of key planets of the Dasa Lord in the Bugdi Lord? That is going to be there in all the cases. But here, specifically, we can find these key planets playing role in the Bugdi Lord. That is built connection. And the impact of the ruler's link. How the ruler's link are favorable or unfavorable, passing their significations to the other level, that also we can find. And importantly, comparative study among the planets with the similar rulers. So we will discuss importantly these points. You can find those points in this chart. This is the birth chart of that female native. And this chart is also comparatively easier chart with the Dasa Bugdi Antra will be having that favorable significations 2, 5, 11 grouping and all. But still, there will be some sort of challenges in selecting the Bugdi and Antra. Only by way of comparative study, we can easily identify, and also with the role of the key planets only, we can get the correct Dasa Bugdi Antra. Anyway, so what we have to do now, we have to do the preliminary study. For that, let me open that North Indian chart and let us check the 7th rulers and their influence. 7th Lagna is Leo Lagna. 7th cusp is falling in the Aquarius. And 7th Lord is Saturn. Saturn is posted in the, Capricorn sign, though it is in the Capricorn sign, but it is in the 5th house as per the degree. So 6th Lord, 7th Lord, Saturn posted in the 5th house, that is good. And whether Saturn is influenced by any planet, Saturn is aspected by Mercury, Jupiter, and Mars by 7th aspect. Mercury is 2nd Lord and 11th Lord, so that is good. Jupiter is 5th Lord and 8th Lord, that is also fine. And Mars is 4th Lord and 9th Lord, so that is also fine. So that's 7th Lord is aspected by the planet which are all having favorable grouping. No detrimental house grouping are formed, influencing the 7th Lord. The 7th occupant, the house which is occupying the 7th house is Moon. 12th Lord occupying 7th house, this is indicating some weakness, but not detrimental. That Moon is aspected by the Venus. 7th occupant aspected by the Venus. Venus is 3rd Lord, 10th Lord from the 12th house. So 7th occupant is having some weakness, but 7th Lord is not strongly unfavorably influenced. So that way, this chart basically that seventh house matters are not strongly afflicted. So I think you are able to follow. This is a basic point that is enough. Only with the extended signification, we can come to know the real destiny prospects and influence of the favorable and unfavorable. Now let us check the next step. What this next step we have to do? We have to select the event. I have already selected the event. Now we have to check the self-significators. Self-significator and planet colors for our easy identification. So what are the colors we can give? Let us check the significators. Lagna Lord, Sun, 10th occupant and 6th cuspal sublord. So Sun is weak, so late red. And 7th Lord and also 6th Lord, 5th occupant, 1, 5, 7, 11 cuspal sublord. This is very good. Though it is 6th Lord, but all favorable. So definitely Saturn can be given light green. Though it is 6th Lord, it is not at all supported, but 6 is getting reduced at all levels. So favorable grouping is strongly present. Now, next one is 11th Lord. Second Lord, 11th Lord occupying 11th house is good. And 4, 8, 12 star Lord and 3, 9 cuspal sublord. Favorable grouping is very good. Second planet Ketu also favorable. But because of the 4, 8, 12, it indicates obstacles. So what we can give? The 2, 11, 11 are good, 3, 9 also good, but 4, 8, 12 is indicating some weakness. So what we can give? Mercury we can give blue color, indicating some weakness are present. Next one is Ketu we can take because Mercury second planet Ketu, 11th occupant and the second planet is Mercury, our blue planet. But 11th occupant is good. So what we can give? 11th occupant we can give green color. Ketu we can give green color, not Venus. Venus is third lord, 10th lord occupying 12th house and 159 star lord. So 3, 159 are good, but 10 and 12 are obstacles. It is some weakness is present. So what we can do? 3, 10, 12 and 159, we can give blue color again, like how we have given for the Mercury. But there is a difference between Venus and Mercury. Mercury having favorable grouping more, but along with that obstacles also more. But here 3, 10, 12 is not detrimental, but 159 is good. So it is comparatively unfavorable significations. Venus is comparatively lesser than the Mercury. That you have to keep it in mind. Next one is Moon. 10th Lord occupying 7th house, 6th star Lord and 12th sub Lord. This is weak. So though it is occupying 10th house, occupying 7th house, 12th Lord occupying 7th house, 6th star Lord and 12th sub Lord. Occupant of the 7th house is weakly signifying, so definitely Moon will be light red. Next is Mars. 4th Lord, 9th Lord occupying 12th house, 2, 10 star Lord and 2, 8 cuspal sub Lord. So looking at the favorable, 9, 2, 2 are okay, but 4, 12, 10, 8 unfavorable. 2 and 8 is not good. And 4th Lord, so it is mixed one. So we can make it Mars is mixed. That is, that we can give it as a mixed one. And Rahu occupying 5th house, but 4 and 10 cuspal sublord. And second planet is Jupiter is good. Though 8 and 12 is there, but 5, 11, 3, 7, 11 is good. 5th occupant and 4 and 10 cuspal sublord. So what we can give? Rahu we can give because of the 4 and 10 and 8 and 12, we can give blue color. And because of the favorable 5, it is good. Either you can give blue color or pink shade because 4 and 10 is not detrimental. 5 moving towards 4 and 10, it is reducing the 5th house matters, but supported by the Jupiter. So what we can make Jupiter, Rahu, we can give a pink shade. But the pink shade Mars is different from Rahu. Rahu is comparatively better because it is not having any 8,000, 12,000 self-signification. So anyway, when compared to Mars, Rahu is better because occupying fifth house and 4 and 10 cuspal sublord, we can give blue also, but because of the 4 and 10 cuspal sublord, I have given the pink shade. That we can, when you are analyzing, we can see the signification level wise, then we can take it also accordingly. Then Jupiter. Jupiter is 5th lord, 8th lord, 11, 12, 3, 7, 11 cuspal star lord. It is good, but 8 and 12 is present. Favorable grouping starting from the 5, but unfavorable 8 and 12 grouping is present. So because of that, we have to give blue. Otherwise, it can be given light green, but because of the 8 and 12, I'm giving blue. I am not giving light pink also because it is having favorable grouping is more. Now, I think we are given all the colors and let me set colors now. So we have kept the colors according to our self-signification, strength and weakness assessment. And now we have to check the destiny. Destiny we have to check. Let me scroll down. Yeah, destiny planet we have to check. Let me keep this birth chart. And self-significator, let me keep it. Okay. Now, birth chart, I will keep it on the left-hand side. Now we have to check the destiny. Seventh lord. Seventh lord is Saturn and seventh sublord also Saturn. So both important rulers are Saturn itself. So we have to check this Saturn. Saturn is the seventh sublord and also fifth sublord, Lagna sublord, 11th sublord, seventh lord also is good. But see, being the sixth lord, it has got some weakness, but that is not being further supported. That you have to keep it in mind. Though it is sixth lord, that is not being further supported. So sixth house is losing its strength. Favorable strength are increasing. Now look at the star lord moon is not supportive. It is weak. 12th lord occupying 7th house, 6th star lord and 12th sublord. Now we have to check one level is weak. That's step number 2. When it is weak, even I have given in the important points in level to level study, you would have noticed, would have gone through that. When one level planet is weak or mixed one, because it is having 7th occupant also, its strength can be increased. I mean, favorable strength can be increased or unfavorable strength can be reduced by the star lord planet and also support planet. Suppose this moon is having good planet in its supports and that star lord of the star lord is favorable, which is not supporting to the moon's unfavorable, then unfavorable strength will be reduced. Now you look at that star lord of the star lord, it is our blue planet, 5, 11, 3, 7, 11, good. Obstacles 8 and 12 are there, but otherwise it is having favorable house grouping 5, 11, 3, 7, 11. It indicates what? That moon's unfavorable strength are not supported by the star lord or the star lord, and favorable occupant 7th house only it is supported. In other words, unfavorable strength is not supported. That is the positive point. Now source is good, star level is weak, star lord of the star lord is good key planet. Now if you look at the if you look at the support planet, if moon is having good planet in its supports, what are the other favorable key planet? Green color planets, no? Let us check whether moon is having any other favorable key planet in its supports. You can see moon is having Saturn in its supports. Saturn is the green planet. Saturn itself is the seventh sublord. That is the planet, destiny planet itself. It is there in the support. So it will automatically form the ruler link. Apart from that, moon is also having that blue color, our Venus 3159 planet, and also Ketu also there in the, indirectly it is connected. So importantly, Saturn is playing role at the star of the moon. It means what? Moon in the star of, Saturn in the star of moon. That moon is under the influence of the Saturn itself by way of ruler link. So that way moons unfavorable are reduced by the Saturn and further reduced by the 2A level planet. So you can understand how far one planet's unfavorable significations are reduced by the 2A level planet and support planets. That support planet is none other than the source planet itself. That is the captain of the ship itself is forming the ruler link. That too, it is the strong key planet. So that way, there is some weakness there in the star level, but that is not being further supported. I think you are able to understand. Now, sublord. What is the sublord is signifying? Sublord planet is pink shade, 4, 9, 12, 2, 10, 2, 8. It is having some mixed significations, not detrimental. Suppose that sublord planet is having weakness. Look at the star lord of the sublord, 2, 11, 4, 8, 12, 3, 9. So 2, 11, 3, 9 are all supporting to the favorable houses of the Mars. And of course, 8 and 12 are giving some obstacles to the Mars. In this case, suppose Mars is also having some other key planets in the support, especially Saturn. You can see Mars is aspected by Saturn, right? So it means that Mars is under the influence of the Saturn, and also Mars star lord also favorable. It means what? That source planet Saturn is forming ruler link to the star level moon, and also that Saturn is forming ruler link to the Mars. That way, planet favorable key planet is passing its ruler link to the star lord and sublord, and 2A level planet also, 4th level planet also favorable. It means the destiny is having some weakness at the star lord, but not detrimental, because of the support level planets and also because of the ruler link from the strong favorable key planets. I think you are able to understand how far the destiny is becoming supportive at the other levels. So in this case, what destiny signifies? Destiny signifies favorable for the marriage despite some obstacles, but it is not indicating strong and favorable. Please understand, sixth lord in the star of moon, 12, 6, 12, it is not going to be favorable. We should not think that way. Though it is sixth lord, it's and sixth house itself, it is losing its strength. Now the star lord is, yes, still it will try to give some weakness to the sixth house, and 7 will get the support. Now, importantly, that Saturn is in the supports of the moon and passing its ruler link to the star lord, and in the step number 2, moon, star lord, or the star lord, it is supporting to the moon. So that way, that weakness is reduced and further reduced by the support of the Saturn. Similarly for the Mars. I think you are able to understand the points, whatever I am discussing, that I already told in the points, in the important points in level 2 level study, that is being applicable here. We could see that it is being applied here. Now, destiny we have checked. 7th lord and 7th sublord. So here, what are the favorable key planets of the destiny? Definitely Saturn, because strong key planet influencing all the levels. So it means destiny Saturn's in role is important because it is making the moon also favorable and Mars is also favorable. So strong favorable key planet is Saturn. And other favorable key planet is definitely Jupiter and Mercury. Jupiter and Mercury. But importantly, Saturn. Why? That Jupiter has got 8 and 12, and Mercury also having 8 and 12. So, when compared to the Saturn, Jupiter and Saturn are having some weakness. I think you're able to understand how far destiny is present and destiny key planets have been taken. Now, the Dasa Lord. Next point is that we have to check the Dasa Lord. What are the marriageable, during the marriageable age, what are the periods are running? Let us check. The native was running Saturn Mahadasa up to January 2021. In the Saturn Mahadasa, Sun Bugdi up to 21 years. Then after that, Moon Bugdi starts. So 21 years onwards, Saturn Dasa, Moon Bugdi, Mars Bugdi, Rahu Bugdi, Jupiter Bugdi. These 4 Bugdis are running. Marriageable age is running. Even 21 years, if you take Sun Bugdi also will be coming into play. So in that case, that native being female, then we can take a 19 years also, right? So I mean, let me check again. Saturn Dasa, Sun Bugdi, yeah, from 20 years onwards, it is running that Sun Bugdi. So Saturn Dasa, Sun Bugdi also we can take into consideration during the marriageable age. Now that native is, now at the time of Saturn Dasa, that native was running Sun Bugdi. If you take from the 18 years, Venus Bugdi will be running. Then Sun Bugdi, then Moon Bugdi, then Mars Bugdi, and Rahu Bugdi, and Jupiter Bugdi. These are the Bugdis are from the marriageable age that native was running. So then we have to check which are the Bugdis are favorable. If you take 18 years onwards, then, yeah, 18, 19, Venus Bugdi. So being female, we can take from Venus Bugdi also, not an issue. So Venus Bugdi or Sun Bugdi or Mars Bugdi, sorry, Moon Bugdi or Mars Bugdi, Rahu Bugdi or Jupiter Bugdi. Under the Saturn Dasa, Dasa Lord itself, Saturn, our favorable key planet, our the primary cuspal sublord key planet, destiny planet itself is acting as the Dasa Lord during that. Out of these 2, 4, 6 Bugdis, which is going to favor for the marriage, we have to keep it in mind. We have to keep it in mind. Important key planet is Saturn. Saturn itself is the Dasa Lord key planet. Definitely role of the Dasa Lord's key planet, Saturn, destiny key planet also Saturn, will be playing role in the Bugdi Lord significantly. If you check Venus, let us check from the Venus. Venus is not there. Jupiter and Mercury, we have to check. Key planet of the Dasa Lord, Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury. And of course, Ketu also. Venus is not a key planet, but Venus is a blue planet. Ketu is okay. But again, Venus is coming. Ketu is okay. But role of Saturn is missing. Role of Saturn is missing. Role of Jupiter or Mercury, they are playing role as a second planet or the 12-level planet. Importantly, role of Saturn is missing. Saturn is not there. And Sun, you take it, Sun is not a good key planet. Star Lord Rahu also not very strong. They are okay, but this is not very strong because Saturn role is not there. And Jupiter's role at the primary levels, Mercury levels are not there. So Sun is not going to favor. Importantly, that source effect grouping is not good. And let us check the Moon. Moon also unfavorable. Star level Jupiter is okay. 2A level Mercury is okay. Again, sublevel in Mercury is okay. Saturn is coming at the last level. So moon can be considered in the waiting list because moon only in the source is weak. Star level having sublevel, all planets are our favorable key planets, including Saturn is present. So we will keep it in the waiting list for the further study, for the comparative study. So now the next planet is Mars. Mars planet is a mixed planet. Okay, not a problem. Star level is Mercury and 2A level is Saturn, sub-level is Saturn. Last level is Moon. You can see Mercury, Saturn are playing role for the Mars. So that Mercury and Saturn, important key planet Saturn is playing role at the 2 levels, and other unfavorable key planet Saturn is playing role at the star level. So this we can select. And Rahu planet. Rahu is having source having some weakness, but 5 is good. It's a mixed planet. Second planet Jupiter is good. Star level is Venus, is blue planet. 2A level is Ketu, and sub-level again Mercury, our blue planet. Saturn is playing role at the sub-level. Star lord of the sub-lord. So Saturn is playing role here. Saturn is playing role here. And Mercury is playing here. And Mercury is playing here. And Jupiter also playing here. So all levels are having our key planets so that we can choose Rahu also. Now, next one is Jupiter. Jupiter is okay. Key planet, blue planet. And Mercury again our key planet, and 2A level planet Saturn is coming, sub-level Venus is there, and Ketu is there. So rulers of the key planets are all playing role like Rahu and Mars. Jupiter also playing. And so in that case, we could see under Saturn Dasa, Moon, Mars, Rahu, Jupiter are the planets under the which are having the favorable rulers in their rulers, and we have to now compare these 4 planets carefully and find which is comparatively better. So let me erase this one for the more clarity on the planets. So we have to check Moon, Mars, Rahu, and Jupiter. How to check it? We have to see the Saturn, Jupiter, and Mercury, right? Unfavorable key planet is Moon. Dasa lords, destiny planets, unfavorable key planet is Moon. That Moon is playing role in the Moon itself, the source planet. That itself is not good. So 12, 6, and 12. Star level is Jupiter, Mercury. Saturn at the last level only. But here also you can see Saturn at the last level. And here at the 2A level. So we have to see here at the 2A level and sub-level. Saturn is our important key planet. Now what happens? We can compare 2 planets, 3 planets together. Prior to that, let me explain this one. 12th Lord is not good. And star lord is 8 and 12. If you look at that unfavorable grouping, 2A level is 4, 8, 12. Sub-level is also 4, 8 level. You can see 12, 6, 12, 8 and 12, 4, 8, 12, and 4, 8, 12. So this is not good. If you look at the house grouping table of the moon, let me swap this. You can see unfavorable key planets, unfavorable significators, 12, 6, 12, 8 and 12, 4, 8, 12, 4, 8, 12. Unfavorable 8 and 12, 6 and 12 all present at the all levels. This is not good. It is indicating weakness. First level also weak, and the remaining levels are supporting to the 8 and 12. So moon is not strong. So we can eliminate moon. Moon is not going to favor. Next one is Mars, Rahu, and Jupiter. 3 planets are there. Out of them, Mars is 4th Lord, 9th Lord occupying 12th house, 2, 10 to 8. It is having 8th house and 12th house and 4th house, but not 8 and 12. Not 6 and 12, right? It is not in the consequent levels. It is having 9, 2, and 2 also. It is having that 4, 12, 10, 2, 8 also. Here unfavorable is more. Here unfavorable grouping is comparatively lesser. So star level planet in Mercury, of course, 4, 8, 12 is there. Here 12 is there and 4, 8, 12. Source planet, this one star lord planet, 9 is supported by 2, 11 and 11 and 3 and 9 is good. Look at the unfavorable 4 and 12, 10, 8, it is getting support from the 4, 8, 12. Star level planet. So some weakness are definitely there at the star level obstacles. But that Mercury, 2A level planet, star lord of that Mercury is Saturn is favorable, strongly present. So that way, that unfavorable strength are not further supported, and sublord again Saturn is coming. So this is very good. Though last level planet is having some weakness, but you can see this grouping is strongly favorable. 8 and 12 at the star level, source level also having 12 and 8, but sublevel and the star lord of the sublord, sorry, star lord of the star lord are not having. If you look at that, what do you call our EPS house grouping table, 4, 12, 10, 8, but star lord is having 4, 8, 12, but sublord, 2A level, sublevel are not having any grouping, only 6 and 6. But look at the favorable grouping is very strongly present. If you look at the EPS table, star lord is having 4, 8, 12, but you can see Saturn here. It means what? That planet, Mercury having Saturn in its support, that is the star lord of that Mercury, and sublord also Saturn. Star lord of the Mercury is Saturn, and sublord also Saturn are forming rodal link. So that way, the second level planet Mercury's favorable strength are increased, unfavorable are reduced. So Mars is better. And what about Rahu? Rahu source is good, but 4 and 10 is having weakness. Venus, second level planet Venus is having 10 and 12, and this is okay. Ketu is the 2A level planet is 11, is okay. But Mercury again is coming. Mercury 2, 11 it is good, but it is having 4, 8, 12. So source is good. Second level planet Venus is having 3, 10, 12, not like 8 and 12 or 6, 12, but sublevel having some weakness. So it means what? It has got some weakness at the star level, not unfavorable. 5 is supported by 3, 1, 5, 9. Further supported by 11. That 4, 8, 12 only as a second planet here. That sublevel planet Mercury itself has come. Favorable are supported, and 10, 12 are getting support from the 4, 8, 12. So when compared to this planet has got some weakness, but favorable strength also present. If you look at that Venus, if the Venus is getting support from the Saturn at the last level, but whether Venus is getting support from the, Saturn, no. Venus is not getting the support from the, Saturn, but Venus is getting the support from the 2A level planet Ketu. Ketu is 11th occupant, and sublevel planets, 2A level planets, second planet is Mercury is also good, sublevel also Mercury is good. So that way, star level planet is having weakness, mean not detrimental like 8 and 12 or 6, 8, 12. Third lord, 10th lord occupying 12th house, 1, 5, 9 star lord is good. So that favorable houses already present, supported by the Ketu, that is good only. So, but it has got some weakness at the other levels, but moon is present, but it is going to increase, it is going to give obstacles to the Venus. That's all. It is not going to cause any strong unfavorable, because Venus is not holding any sixth house. It is not a sixth lord. It can get the influence of the moon strongly. So that Rahu star level having some weakness, supported by the sublord, that we can see that. Then look at Jupiter. It means what? Rahu is weaker than the Mars. That we are able to see that. Then Jupiter. Jupiter planet is in the source. It is having blue planet, star level again Mercury, blue, and 2A level is Saturn, again Venus. All blue, blue only playing. So here mixed blue and green and blue, green, green. So green also playing at the 1, 2, 2A level and third level, second planet and sub level and forming ruler link also. Here actually it is having second planet Mercury and second planet, sorry, star lord planet Mercury, second planet is Ketu, and 2A level only Saturn, and sub level is Venus, and star lord of the sub lord is Ketu. Now let us compare Rahu and Jupiter. Jupiter in the source is good, but you can see it is having 8 and 12. And star level Mercury having 8 and 12. And you can see sub-level having this 10 and 12. 10 and 12 is not strongly unfavorable as we discussed here, but 8 and 12 and 4, 8, 12 at consequent levels and 5th lord and 3, 7 star lord, it is going to experience favorable and also 4, 8, 12. So 8 and 12, 8 and 12, it will further supported by the 10 and 12. Weakness is there from the source. So that way, that moreover, that Saturn is only at the 2A level planet. So it is not at the sub level. So that, or at the not the last level, so that it can form ruler link to the other level strongly. Importantly, 8 and 12, 8 and 12 are there at consequent levels. It is not good. That too, it is 5th lord, 8th lord, occupying 11 and 12. So it in the star of a planet Mercury, suppose Jupiter is having Mercury in its supports, what will happen? Jupiter is the planet. If Jupiter is having Mercury, yes, Mercury is there in supports. It means what? Jupiter is conjoined with Mercury. Mercury is the star lord. So favorable or supporting to Jupiter, and on the same side, 8 and 12 are further supported by 8 and 12. So weakness is present here. That way, Rahu and Jupiter, when we compare, Rahu is having 8 and 12 only at the sub level, whereas and star level, the 10 and 12 only. Rahu's second planet only Jupiter. 5 is getting support from 3, 1, 5, 9, 11 and 2, 11, 3, 9, and unfavorable are not strongly in the consequent levels. Here it is not like that. Being the 8th lord and 12th occupant and for it is unfavorably strongly present. So that way, Mars is better than Rahu and Jupiter, because Mars is not having strong unfavorable in source in the grouping of houses. But star level having 8 and 12, but that is not being supported by the 2A level and sub level. Mars is having the key planets of the Dasa Lord Saturn also. And Mars itself is the ruler of the Saturn. And Rahu is also having key planet of the Dasa Lord. That Saturn, our important key planet. And Rahu, Jupiter also having, but Jupiter at the 2A level, but here at the sub level. And Jupiter has got consequent levels unfavorable present, unfavorable grouping along with that favorable. But it is Rahu is having only at the sub level having 4, 8, 12. Other levels are only some weakness. So that way, Mars is stronger. Saturn Dasa, Mars Buddhi, and Jupiter or Rahu. Rahu is stronger. So Saturn Dasa, Mars Buddhi, Rahu Antara is favorable for the marriage. Why not Moon? That we already discussed. Moon already is weak, right? So that way we can see the comparatively why Rahu is stronger than the Jupiter. Otherwise, if you look at that Jupiter, 5th lord, 2, 11, 11, and sublord only having some weakness. But here you can see, if you take only CL and OCC, if you take Rahu occupying 5th house, but star lord is 3, 10, 12. It is not so strong. If you look at only this, If you take 159 only, we'll be able to understand, yes, Venus is having some favorable, and 2 level Ketu is supporting to this, and sub-level planet is Mercury. Understand, here star lord is Venus, sublord is Mercury. Here star lord is Mercury, sublord is Venus. Though 2, 11, 11 are stronger than 3, 10, and 12 star level, but this has got weakness because of this 4, 8, 12. The 4, 8, 12 at the star level is not, cannot be taken as completely weaker, because if you look at that Mars, star lord planet Mercury itself is 4, 8, 12. Then what is the difference between this and this? This is got 8 and 12 in the source and supported by the 4, 8, 12 in the star lord. Here there is no such signification. Ninth lord, the second star lord, and second sub lord. It is having 4, 12, 10 all not in the unfavorable grouping. So that way, the star level planet 4, 8, 12, it is not strongly unfavorable. Moreover, that Mercury is having Saturn at the 2A level and sub-level also. Here also Saturn at the 2A level, but sub-level is not Saturn. Here Saturn itself is coming, forming roller link to the star level. I think you are able to understand how this Mars, Rahu, Jupiter comparison gives that some clarity about the level-wise study and unfavorable houses in levels, and also the importance of starting with the source. Fifth lord, eighth lord, right here, fourth lord, ninth lord in the star of this planet, and unfavorable grouping at level to level also. I think you are able to understand. So importantly, favorable key planet, important key planet Saturn role, based on that these planets are being taken. I mean, even if you take other planets also having some weakness, and when we are checking the planet which are having the favorable key planet Saturn, these 4 planets are come. Then within that, by way of studying the that significations, level-wise significations, and favorable strength and unfavorable strength, they are strongly favorable. Mars, Rahu, and Jupiter. Out of them, Mars is stronger than the Rahu. One more planet also there, that is Mercury. Mercury planet we have not checked. Mercury in the star of Saturn, sub of Saturn itself, good only. But it is having 8 and 12. But star level planet further not supported by the moon. One level it is okay. Again, same planet is repeated. So that is not good. Unfavorable key planet of the Dasa Lord, destiny planet, is ruling at the 2 levels, and also source also 4, 8, 12. And again 2A level, 2A level, 4th level, or moon. It is not, it is unfavorable or increasing. So that is not good. I think you are able to understand. Let us check what is the date of marriage. The date of marriage, 31/8/2014. During the period of Saturn Mahadasa, Mars, Bugdi, and Rahu Antra. The native got married. 31/8/2014. So let us check the transit during that period. Transit we will check on 31/8/2014. 31/8/2018. Let me open that birth chart also, so that we can. 31/8/2014. Okay, so let me clear this writing so that we can clearly see that. So 31/8/2018. Where is the Jupiter? Jupiter is there in the sign of Libra. Jupiter is aspecting the 11th house, and Jupiter is aspecting to the 7th house. You can see Jupiter is here. Transit Jupiter, let me write here. Transit Jupiter is aspecting to the 7th house and also the moon. of the natal moon and Latin 7th house. This is supportive, right? And Dasa Lord is what? Dasa Lord is Saturn. Where is Saturn? Saturn's transit, let us check. Saturn is in the sign of Jupiter and in the star of Ketu. I'm talking about transit Saturn in the sign of Jupiter. Jupiter is our good key planet, right? And in the star of Ketu. Ketu is 11th occupant, referring to Mercury. That is also good. Star. And Jupiter, Saturn in the sub of Jupiter itself. Why we are talking about the sublord planet? Because with the slow moving planets, we can consider the sublord also. Because for the star lord, it will be there for a long time. So here, star lord also favorable, sublord also favorable. And Saturn star, Saturn Dasa, and the Bugdi Lord is Moon, right? Moon. Sorry, Mars. Where is Mars? Mars is in the sign of Saturn. Saturn is our strong, favorable key planet in the star of Sun. How Sun is present? Let us check. Sun is not good. Mars is in the star of Sun. Sun is not a strong key planet, but Mars is conjoined with the Ketu's favorable key planet, and Mars is in the star of Sun, Sun in the star of Rahu. Either that planet will be, nakshatra will be straight away key planet, or star lord of the star lord. That Sun in the star of Rahu, if it is favorable, that is good. Rahu is also okay. It is 5th occupant representing Jupiter is okay, but not very strong. That Bugdi Lord transit is not so strong, but occupying 5th house as per in the natal position. And that Mars is aspected by Mercury. Mercury is our favorable key planet, right? 2, 11, 11, 3, 9. So it means what? That Mars is aspected by Mercury in the natal chart, in the transit, and Mars is conjoined with Saturn. Mars is conjoined here. Mars transit, Mars is in the sign of Saturn and conjoined with the natal Saturn. Saturn is a strong, favorable key planet. So it means what? The transit we cannot expect all the time will be in a favorable transit only, but it can have some mixed, and also through other supports it can be favorable also. Now Mars is in the sign of Saturn key planet conjoined with the Saturn also. And what is the Antra? Rahu. Rahu, where it is posted? Rahu is posted here. Rahu in the sign of Moon and in the star, in conjoined with the Mercury. That Rahu, let me check what the Rahu's star lord. Rahu, it is in the star of Saturn. Saturn is our strong, favorable key planet and sub of Venus. Rahu in the sub of Venus. Venus is a favorable key planet. So that way that Rahu's transit also in a favorable way. So that way the transit of the Dasa Bugdi Antara are also favorable. And the transit of the planets in conjunction aspect with the other favorable key planet also present. So that way it is supportive. Importantly, that Jupiter is aspecting to the 7th house and also Moon. That is also favorable. That I think you are able to understand the support of the transit. Transit, when it is going to be supportive, it is going to add favorable supports to the Dasa Bugdi's significations. I hope you are able to follow, and with this, let me close this video, the study with the help of the EPS tables. In the next video, I will discuss the same chart with the help of the PILT table, how we can identify the destiny and the Dasa Bugdi period planets. Thank you. Good luck.